Have you ever looked at a warehouse just packed with unsold products and felt your cash just sitting there? Or maybe even worse, have you watched a customer walk right out the door empty-handed because you are out of stock? That, right there, is the tightrope walk of inventory control. And today, we're going to break down exactly how you can master it. You know, when you really get down to it, managing your inventory is this incredible high-stakes balancing act. If you get it wrong, the consequences can be fast and, honestly, pretty severe. You lean just a little too far in one direction, you risk losing your customers. Lean too far the other way, and you're just tying up precious resources that could be growing your business. And this slide right here, it shows you the two big nightmares of retail. On one side, you've got out of stock. Now, this isn't just about one lost sale. It can be a lost customer for good. Our source calls it a calamitous effect. But on the other side, overstocked. This is where your cash is literally sitting on a shelf, not working for you, just gathering dust and hogging valuable space you could use for your next big seller. So, what do you do about it? Well, the solution is inventory control. And listen, this isn't just about counting boxes. No. It's the whole system, the whole shebang of tracking every single product to make sure you're ordering, stocking, and pricing everything with absolute precision. Okay, we've seen the risks of getting this wrong, so let's just flip the script for a second. Let's talk about the powerful benefits of getting it right. Because when your inventory control is really humming along, the positive effects just ripple through every single part of your business. It's huge. And it all boils down to some really tangible results. First off, more sales. Pretty simple, right? You can't sell what you don't have. Second, you get better shopper loyalty because customers come back when they know they can count on you. Third, your storage becomes way more efficient, which frees up both space and cash. And finally, less waste, which is a big win for your bottom line and for the planet. And you know, this quote from our source it really hammers the point home. This isn't some background task you can just set and forget. It is the central nervous system of your entire retail operation. Get this part right, and you are absolutely setting yourself up for success. Okay, so we get the why. It's important. Now let's get to the how. The good news is you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. There is a whole toolkit of proven methods you can use to get a real handle on your stock. So let's open it up and see what's inside. Our source material points us to 5 essential methods. These are the tools that modern retailers are using right now to stay competitive and efficient, and we're going to walk through every single one. First up, we have ABC analysis. And this is just a wonderfully simple but really powerful idea. What's the key takeaway? Don't treat all your products the same. You grade them. Your A items are your superstars. They bring in the most revenue, they're super profitable. B items are your solid, steady performers. And C items, well, they're the rest. So the real power of this method is focus, plain and simple. By grading your inventory, you know exactly where to put your energy. You can pour your pricing and marketing efforts into your A products, your champions, and you can make really smart decisions about what to do with those C items. All right, tool number 2 is just-in-time, or JIT. This one is all about maximum efficiency. The goal here is to be as lean as possible. So instead of holding a ton of stock, you order products so they arrive right as they're needed. It's fantastic for your cash flow and for cutting down on storage costs. But, and this is a big but, JIT is not for everybody. As the source makes very clear, it really works best if you have a super predictable, fast, and reliable supply chain, or if you're making your own goods. If your deliveries are slow or they're kind of all over the place, this strategy can be really, really risky. Okay, our third method gets a little bit into the accounting side of things. You're going to see these two acronyms everywhere, FIFO and LIFO. They're fundamental ways to figure out the cost of your inventory when you actually sell something. So let's break them down. FIFO is first in, first out. That means you assume you're selling your oldest stock first. A great example is a grocery store pushing the older milk cartons to the front. LIFO, last in, first out, is just the opposite. Now, both have their uses, but our source points out that for most retailers, FIFO is going to be the way to go. Let's talk about making life easier with automation. That's our fourth technique, setting custom par levels. A par level is just the minimum amount of an item you always want to have in stock. It's your safety net. The moment your inventory dips to that level, boom, it automatically triggers a notification to reorder. And yeah, look, this does take some work up front. You got to analyze each product's sales rate and delivery time. But once you set those levels, You've basically put your reordering on autopilot. You're preventing those expensive stockouts before they even have a chance to happen. And finally, our fifth method is going to change how you think about counting stock. It's called perpetual counting. This is the modern way to do it, instead of that dreaded once a year shut everything down inventory counts. Instead, you're just counting small, manageable sections of your inventory all the time, all throughout the year. The benefits here are just huge. Your data stays accurate all the time, not just on one day of the year. And maybe even more important, if you have issues with theft or loss, you can spot those problems and deal with them fast, instead of finding out months later when it's already too late. So there you have it. We've defined the problem, we've seen the awesome benefits of good control, and we've explored a toolkit with 5 really powerful methods. Now it's time to actually put this knowledge into practice. And that really brings us to the final, most important question. You don't have to do everything at once. Just take a good look at your business, find your biggest inventory headache, and decide which one of these tools are you going to use first to start mastering your stock.